Hey lovies, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today we're going to be discussing money management. Now, why do finances matter? Finances matter in your personal life, but they also matter in your business. And if you're not a good steward over your money on a personal level, then you probably won't be good with your money on a business level. Even if you start off saying, oh, well, this is my business, so it's different. I treat these two finances differently. I wouldn't be careless with my money. But when you're not planning, right, those habits, they sort of seep out. You have to learn how to be disciplined in all areas, because if you're undisciplined in one area, it trickles down to all of the others. And that's just the raw truth. This video is going to give you a few tips on how to be more disciplined with your money. So number one, find days to track your inventory. Figure out what products or services you already have and how much you're charging for them. How much do you have left? How many people have you serviced? Take inventory of all of that so you can know what your numbers look like and where you want them to be. And this is a really good strategy because it sort of helps you determine what your income is going to look like for the future, right? Because if I'm consistently making $500 a month with my business, then I can expect to continue making that amount. However, things do happen. People lose jobs, like we're seeing with the pandemic. Some people have changes where they have to relocate and they may not need your product or service anymore. So that $500 could easily turn into $150 really quick, right? And so with that being said, you want to make sure you take inventory of that so you can see what you can do to increase your clientele or bring in new clients in a way that you always make your base each month and that you have the potential to earn more. So take inventory of that first. Next, I want you to take inventory of what your needs are. Maybe you've been in business for a year, but you have not legalized your business. So you've been using this business name, you've created it, and you haven't even determined if the name has been taken already. Go to secretaryofstate.gov. Type in the business name. You can do a business name lookup. And when you type in the business name, it will let you know if anyone in your state has the same name. Now, if you live in Alabama and there's someone in California with the same name, let's say Cutie's Boutique, if there's a Cutie's Boutique in California, you can still use that name in Alabama unless they have already registered their name in Alabama specifically. So just keep that in mind. So you'll be looking it up specifically for your state. You'll type in the name. Make sure you type it out correctly, okay? Because that is going to matter. It will also matter when you actually file for that documentation, because if there's anything up there that is incorrect, you will have to file again. And there are a number of videos that can walk you through the process of filing an LLC, a corporation. I don't work with nonprofits, but they can also walk you through nonprofit filing on YouTube. So do your research. And this process will help you determine what funds you need. Maybe in your state, the LLC is costing $250. In some states, it's around $150, $175, right? But you won't know that until you take that inventory. So figure out what you need. And this is very important because sometimes things come up, right? We realize that, oh wow, I really need to get a business banking account because my income is growing, but you have to know what it takes to get that, right? And having your business registered either as an LLC or as a DBA, which is doing business as, is important. You have to have that in order to get that in place. So write down everything you need so you can determine how much it will cost you, and it won't be a surprise later on down the line, okay? So once you realize what you currently have in your inventory and you figure out what your needs are and how much those needs will cost you, figure out how you're going to pay for those current and future needs. So let's say maybe you haven't dived into your business full-time just yet, right? But you're looking to do that. So what you do is You're looking at your 9 to 5 income, and you determine how much money per month you can allocate towards investing into your business. Now, this is very important because we have these needs already, and we have to figure out where the money's coming from. You don't want to pull money sporadically from your income. You want to have a set amount, even if it's just $50 or $100. At least you know if it's just $100 that you're taking out of every paycheck and you get paid bi-weekly, it'll only take you a month to be able to file that LLC. If you need new product and all of what you added up is going to come out to $80. If I'm taking $100 out of every check, it'll take me one paycheck to pay that $80 to re-up on that product, right? So you want to keep that in mind. Make it very clear to yourself. And I encourage you to get a notebook. So I probably showed you guys my big green composition book that I actually got from Dollar Tree. And this composition book has been really helpful to me. It's called the budget book. I also put money book at the bottom because everything about my finances is in here, including this little green sticky note I have. So, including this little green sticky note. So everything related to the budget book is green, and I have it categorized, and I write down my budget each and every month. What's going out? What's coming in? How much have I made? How much do I want to make? How much do I need to make? Right? Am I covering my expenses? After my expenses, what do I have that's overflow? Of that overflow, how much am I going to save? How much am I going to reinvest? Okay, so you want to make that very clear to yourself. So get a book, find something that can organize your finances, write down all your bills, write down the bills for your business. I have a website which I was paying for every month. I believe it was $35 a month, and I would pay for that every month. But then I decided maybe I should go ahead and pay for the entire year when I renew, and that would actually save me some money over time. So although I had to make sure I budgeted and I was able to pay that full fee of hundreds of dollars, I could do that and wouldn't have to worry about paying for this every month anymore. Wouldn't have to worry about, okay, well, if I took out additional monies for my products, now I have to worry about, okay, well, will that fee be in there each month for them to draft it out of my account? Because you want to make sure that your account is always in good standing, especially when it comes to business banking, okay? Always in good standing. And this way, when you get ready to apply for business credit, they can look at your history and say, wow, no overdrafts. She kept her account above this certain amount if your account does have a limit, because mine does have a minimum balance. But for those of you who don't have a minimum balance, it still matters, because if you're dropping below, let's say $100 every month, that reflects poorly on your money management skills. And no one wants to give money to a business, because these loans are a lot different, right? With personal loans, you can get a few thousand, but with business loans, you can get tens of thousands of dollars upon hundreds of thousands of dollars based on your rapport with your bank as well as your credit. Because especially if you're a sole proprietorship, they typically use your social security number as a basis of whether or not you're able to handle that kind of money. Okay, so keep all of these things in mind. Make sure you manage your money well. Make sure you know what's going in, what's coming out, and don't let up. I know when it came to my personal budget every month, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like writing that down. I don't feel like writing it down. Well, I know this is coming out. This is coming out. And I didn't really want to write it down. But I said, you know what? I have to. It's mandatory, because I need to get a clear picture of what I'm facing. And when you write down those business goals that you have, it gives you a clear picture of what you're facing as well as what you will face in the future, right? What can I expect in the future? So with that being said, level up, and how to reach me is in the description box. Bye.